with Malik. I know you guys weren't planning on doing that. Your quarterback was out, concussed. He told me his legs are going to be really sore in the morning, but just the way he ran the ball and the way the offensive line run blocked tonight, is that, just could you not ask any more from your team tonight?
No, no, you can't. And we're in a bad spot with the quarterback out and a concussion, and knew that he was going to be out. So we kind of messed around with some wildcat package all year. But we knew we wanted to get the ball in his hands, and it was just as easy to snap it to him. And he had a really good night. And I thought, there was no backup plan. It was running the ball behind an offensive line with Malik, and so I was really proud of not only Malik, like always, but our offensive line stepping up and really being the stars of the game as well. You guys have run the ball effectively a lot this year, especially with him. But what steps has he taken from last year to this year? Where have you seen Malik improve the most from his junior year to senior year? Well, I think there's three huge things, and the number one thing is just running the ball with very physical. Mm-hmm. He's always wanted to, as a younger back, wanted to bounce everything out, and still does at times, but really there's a couple times, a 4th and 8 play, that he just sticks his head down and understands the situation. And then he has really grown in understanding offensive football and how it works together. And the third way, he's just been a really great teammate. I mean, not that he's ever been bad, but he's really stepped up into the leadership role. And so he's really grown as a football player and a human being, I think.
When you looked at those 2 touchdown runs, he had the 70-yarder and 60-yarder. Was it just something that you guys saw, like over pursuing and knowing that toss right would just, you guys ran it a lot, but just the way that they, keyed on him and they still really couldn't set the edge and get him, to pin it back inside, basically.
And I thought they did a super job in the second half, and number 11 really set the edge in the second half, and we had a hard time with him, but we've kind of gotten accustomed to Malik breaking off long runs, whether it's handing it off to him or anything.
So recorded his coach Black. We love him. Best coach in the nation.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, buddy. We only had 7 or 8 plays. We were trying to decorate them a little bit, but they did a really good job with what we had available tonight.
Right. And just overall with the team, you guys come out and beat a tough Shawnee Mission East team tonight, rivalry game, so to speak. Just how did it, you got up early, but they just came back and kept punching. Is that what you expect from a team like that? Just, they want to beat you as bad as you want to beat them?
Well, yeah, the Sunflower League's a tough league. There's a couple of upper echelon teams, in this league, and then it seems kind of everybody is even, and Shawnee Mission East is just right there in the same boat as we are. And, we've been up at halftime the last 2 weeks and have fallen short, and every week everybody's coming to play, and it's a tough league week in and week out.
Yeah, you get Olathe East next week. What do you have to do? You get your quarterback back possibly, don't you? Or?
Yeah, 100% get him back. Get him back actually tomorrow and cleared to go. So it's an interesting question. We'll have to see what we see in film tonight, but obviously we need to keep an aspect of what we did tonight, and at the same time have a lot of other options with him being back.
And then one thing I wanted to ask you about was your offensive line. They did a really good job. You never threw a pass tonight, so you just asked them to run block the entire game. Yeah. That had to be a really big positive this late into the season for them to hold up the way they did, knowing what was going to be happening all night.
Absolutely, and said that going in, that once again there's no backup plan, and so Carter Walsh and Elijah Aguirre and Cody Malin and Denzel Dillard and Luke Dent came in at times, and Joey Fox, a lot of seniors in there that took a lot of pride in that game plan, and had a big night at the right time.
All right, thank you, Coach.
You bet, thank you.
Yep. Quarterback, what did it feel like stepping in there and filling in?
I just knew I would have to step up and play a bigger role than I did, taking the ball, I got to command the offense, and watch a little Lamar Jackson highlights over the weekend, get ready for this game.
How did, once you get into a rhythm, is it just more about just reading your blocks and just getting into the rhythm of the game when you're running the ball, or do you?
Yeah, it's more getting in the rhythm because I have this bond with my offensive line, and they just, I don't even know the words that say, I don't have enough words to shout out the offensive line because they make my job so much easier than it has to be.
You've carried the ball at least, 40 times. How do you feel right now?
Oh, my legs are dead. It's going to be a long bus ride, I'm not going to lie.
Just when those 2 long touchdowns that you had, that one that you took 60 yards, was that just something that you saw, or you just tried to beat the guy to the edge, and then once you saw that, did they over pursue a little bit?
Yeah, they over pursued. So coach came to the sideline and he said, okay, so the cutback lane's going to be there. So I trusted my coach. Now he was like, cutback lane's going to be there. So I was like, okay, let's see if this cutback lane really there. And then it was there, and they over pursued me.
And then on the 70-yard touchdown, you looked like you reversed field and had to, take it, it looked like you ran it close to 100 yards on that play. But just, those long touchdown runs, what does that mean to you as a running back to get that kind of those touchdown runs to help your team? Those long explosive plays that everybody likes to see.
Yeah, like I said, none of it works without my offensive line.
Right.
My offensive line, they put in work every single day. We preach running the football and being more physical. So I think just being more physical than the other team, running the ball as a running back, it just helps us win a lot more games. When
you think about your overall season, you're a senior, you have one more game left. What is one more thing that you want to accomplish your senior year?
Well, I want to go deep in the playoffs. I just want to take my team deep in the playoffs. So just taking my team to the playoffs and get deep in the playoffs. That's all I want to.
And you get Olathe East next week. What do you have to do to go out there and beat them?
They have some dudes on their team. Their record doesn't explain how good they are, because they had a tough schedule. They've had a loss. They've lost to can't think off the top of my head, but I just know they're a very tough team, and they have a lot of athletes on that side. So just being disciplined and putting in the work this week to get ready for Friday.
All right, thank you.
Yep.